चैतन्यमीश्वरम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे पाञ्चालतरुद्रस्य कृपासिन्धुरेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। योऽन्ता प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत किल शक्तिधरा स्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणात् प्रभावीं प्राणो भगवते पुरुषाय काञ्चना स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेत् विस्मृते विपरीतं स्यात् ज्ञानमानकम्। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone for coming today evening. Thank you Aseshwar Prabhu for inviting me, hosting me. Thank you everyone for coming. Very good. Today I am going to be discussing with you a very important topic which is very close to my heart. How can we feel loved by Krishna? By Hare Krishna. So love is something which everybody is looking for. And even when we come to spiritual life, we may be practicing rituals, we may be doing things mechanically, but somewhere deep within we are yearning for love. And if you feel loved, okay, I want to ask you a question before I begin. What do you think, how do you think it will help you feel, what do you think will happen in your life if you feel loved by Krishna? How do you think your life would be better? If you feel loved by Krishna, how do you think your life would change? Your spiritual life would, how do you think it would become better? Any answers? Yes, Rahul. You'll be able to love others. The example Srila Prabhupada gives in Nectar of Devotion, that one switch, if you switch on, then all other switches are on. When you love Krishna, when you feel loved by Krishna, you'll be able to love everyone in this world. Anything else? What are the advantages? Or how do you think your life will become better if you feel loved by Krishna?
We can see him in our day-to-day activities, his presence.
Yes. We'll be able to see him in our day-to-day activities. We'll stop complaining and we'll be able to see Krishna's hand in our lives. Anything else? Thank you.
We will be protected by the Maya Devis.
Will be protected by Maya Devi or will be protected from Maya Devi?
From Maya Devi.
Yes, we will be protected from her clutches or weapons because we have Krishna's love in our heart. Yes, thank you. Anything else? There are some other very important benefits of being loved. Is there something wrong with the sound? Hare Krishna. Anything else? What about misunderstandings of this world? What about expectations from this world? What about relationship challenges in this world? What will happen to all of that?
Krishna's love is something higher, it's like a higher taste. And the lower things will not matter much.
Yes, you'll be able to tolerate. We'll be able to tolerate the challenges and problems that this material world will unflinchingly, unfailingly give us. Right? Right now, many of us, we panic, we freak out, we are unable to tolerate because we are not experiencing something right. So Krishna's love, to feel loved by Krishna is extremely important. Especially for devotees who are chanting Hare Krishna every day or coming for satsang program. Otherwise, we will be simply a social devotee. We'll have a better social life disguised as spiritual activity. So if you are not a devotee, we will be going for parties, and now we'll go for satsangs. But essentially it's the same. No difference in our consciousness. So we need something more. We need to feel loved by Krishna. So I'm going to discuss with you two principles which will help us feel loved by Krishna. I require your kind attention, and I also request you to have an open mind. There are many ways, many aspects to this relationship with Krishna, and what I am going to share, these two principles are neither sacrosanct or they are not even the most important. In fact, the most important principle by which we can feel loved by Krishna, I am not covering today, because that is always spoken about. And the most important principle is blessings. Without blessings, we can't feel loved by Krishna. We need mercy. But I am not talking about mercy today. Hare Krishna. Can you charge this speaker?
I think it should be good.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Because I would see in between it would just not. Hare Krishna.
I'll double check.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So there are two principles. So yeah, the most important is blessings. We are not discussing about blessings today. I am not discussing about the most important. I am talking about neglected principle. There are two most neglected principles in ISKCON which I am going to touch upon. And please receive it with an open mind. The first principle is choosing thoughts or managing thoughts. The second principle is receiving Krishna's presence or mindfulness or being present. Have you heard Buddhist people talk about this? They talk a lot about being mindful. So there are two principles. One is, what is the first principle?
Managing thoughts.
Choosing thoughts. And second, receiving presence, being mindful. Okay, very important point. Now again, don't think, okay, Prabhu is going to share two techniques now. I'm going to have this technique, then I'm going to get love of Krishna. No, love of Krishna is not achieved. Let us make it very clear. Love of Krishna is not achieved, it is received. We are not here to get some technique by which we figure out everything and we are like, yes, now I know all the secrets. No. We are doing this simply to show our sincerity to Krishna, and we are going to learn these two principles and we'll see how dramatically our life changes. So because right now, whether you like it or not, we are living in the world of noise. We are living in the world of action. We are living in the world where there's a lot of form, but no substance. To feel love is another island. Sound is another island. So I may say, Jai Prabhupada, Hare Krishna ki Jai, Janmashtami festival, fundraising, Hari Bol, action, preaching. This is all the world of sound, action, noise. And feeling love is a completely different subject matter. We want to connect a bridge between these two islands. We want to make a bridge by which we can move seamlessly from the world of sound to the world of feeling love. I am saying this because I have known some devotees in ISKCON who have spent more than 25 years And at some point of time, they have decided to not only leave ISKCON, they are left with a lot of cynicism and bitterness. What went wrong? I know one somebody who distributed a lot of books and now is criticizing the temple authorities. Somewhere he has not felt loved by Krishna. Something has gone wrong somewhere. So simply action, simply sound will not solve the problem. We need to feel loved. So basically, to understand these two principles, what is the first principle? Choosing our thoughts, and second, to receive Krishna's presence. So it is like this. In this world, how do you make a relationship with someone? How do you communicate with someone? You speak and you listen, isn't it? If I want to have a good communication, I will talk to you and I will also listen to you. In this external world, we speak and we listen. Similarly, in our inner world, in our relationship with Krishna, that speaking is compared to offering thoughts, choosing thoughts, managing our thoughts. Right now, we are not choosing thoughts, thoughts are choosing us. So the first principle is choosing thoughts, which is equivalent to speaking in the outer world. And in this world, we not only speak, we also listen. So in our inner relationship with Krishna, this listening is compared to being present. Like when the Sringar Darshan is happening, Govindam, when you are present. When you are taking prasad, you are present. When you are smelling the Maha garland, you are present. You are taking in Krishna's blessing. In the Bhagavatam class, you are present. You are mindful. So you are listening. In this world, we talk, we listen. Similarly, in our inner world, we choose thoughts and we offer them. And to listen to Krishna, what do? We receive Krishna's presence. Is this clear? We discuss from Bhagavatam now how we can practice this. But these two principles are clear to everyone? Can we go ahead? See, please understand like this. Speech, na? Speech is only one form of sound. Sound can be at different levels. Sound is not only in speech, sound can also be in thought. And sound can also be in feeling. Speech, thought and feeling. Like for example, you tell someone, I love you. That's a speech. That is sound in form of speech. But you may have a thought. It may not be manifest, but it may be in thought. I really love him. I really love him. And that manifests as speech. So that is thought. That is also called Madhyama Vak. Vaikari is spoken sound. Vaikari is speech. Madhyama is thought. And then there is Pashyanti Vak, which is like a wave in the consciousness, where love, you just feel love. You know it. And then it comes out as a thought of love. And then that comes out as speech. Getting it? Like you tell your family member, I am going for satsang program today. This is speech. I am going to temple. This is speech. Now while taking shower, you may have got a thought. I will go to temple. And then you chose that thought. I will go to temple. And then that manifested as speech, where you said, I will go to temple. Now before that thought came, I will go to temple, there may be a sense of shelter which may have come like a big wave in your consciousness. Feeling of being loved. Just the thought, just the word temple immediately invokes shelter in your heart. And that shelter feeling comes out as a thought. Temple. And that thought comes out as speech. I will go to temple. Are you getting this? Which comes first? Thought or feeling? Feeling or thought? Which comes first? The chicken or the egg? Huh? So thoughts create feelings, feelings create thoughts. But we can't change our feelings, at least we can choose thoughts. That is why the first principle is choosing thoughts. So please understand, very very important that we choose thoughts. Because sound is always there. Like, somebody says mother. When you hear the word mother, somebody is a tribal person from some village in Madhya Pradesh in India, has never heard English words. He hears the word mother, for him it is simply sound, means nothing. Right? Let us say there is a second person whose mother tongue is Hindi and is now starting to learn English. And then he hears the word mother, I think I know this word. He picks up the dictionary, tries to understand, and then he understands mother means Meri Ma. Third person is somebody whose mother tongue is English. When he hears the word mother, immediately thinks of his mom who is in his village, and immediately that feeling of love overwhelms his heart. So, speech. So we are at the second level. We are not like the tribal who doesn't know Krishna. We are learning the Krishna language. Somebody is saying Krishna, we are trying to understand what is Krishna. And we are trying to choose thoughts and eventually make it our internal language, that when we hear Krishna, immediately we feel love. But we are not yet there. I remember when I was a new devotee in ISKCON, for me everything in this Krishna consciousness was Vaikari. Only sound, speech, form, no substance. Like I remember the first kirtan I attended, the singer was singing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But I was thinking, when I was hearing this kirtan, I was not with the holy name. I was like, wow, this is sounding like a Bollywood melody. And immediately I was also waving, I was also dancing, but I was in a different space. For me it was more like, there was one Devanand song which had the same melody. Apna dil to aavara na jaane kis pe aaye, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I was गाने में झूम रहा था, but not with the holy name. And then the singer changed the melody, put the harmonium and he changed the chords, and then he sang Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And my heart was saying, Dil mujhe bata de, kis pe aa gaya hai. So it's all Vaikari, sound. That is, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this is simply letters of the alphabet, there is no Krishna there. So many of us, we are stuck at sound. We don't go deeper into thoughts. Therefore today, out of the two principles, the first very important principle is choosing thoughts. Extremely important. If we don't choose thoughts, we will be blown away. And we will be in Hare Krishna movement, but we will be licking honey bottle from the outside. We won't be tasting the nectar of Hare Krishna. Because we have not chosen our thoughts. We are just being carried away. So in the third canto, Lord Kapila Dev, he explains this to his mother Devavati. Can you repeat this verse after me? Madashraya katamrishtha Shinvanti katayanti cha Tapanti vividhastapa Naitan madgata chetasa. This is 3.25.23, where Kapila Dev is telling his mother that one who is actually experiencing love of Krishna, what does he do? Madashraya katha mrishta, he enjoys Krishna katha. Maja aata hai usko. Just like people enjoy watching IPL, Bollywood, YouTube Reels, Netflix. They actually enjoy it. So devotees enjoy Krishna katha, they feel very sheltered. Shinvanti katayanti cha, they hear, they speak. And what happens because of this? Tapanti vividhastapa, everybody is burning because of tap. You know what is tap? Anybody here who is not suffering tap of material world? Nobody. Everybody is not suffering? Suffering, they are all suffering. Anybody not suffering, raise your hand. I know that I'll fall at your feet and take blessings. सब तप रहे हैं, सब जल रहे हैं. Tapanti vividhastapa naita. But these devotees, those who are feeling loved by Krishna, They are just engaging in hearing and chanting. They are also going through burning, but they are not affected by it. Why? Because they are chosen thoughts. Naitan madgata chetasa. Srila Prabhupada translates chetasa as thoughts. If you have not invested thoughts, if you have not chosen thoughts, then you will be burned by the fire of material existence. So we have to choose thoughts. From day one in bhakti, we have to be trained. Do you know this burning frog syndrome? You know how a frog, if you take a frog and put it in a cauldron filled with boiling water, as soon as the frog is put, the frog will jump out. But if you keep the frog in that big cauldron of water and slowly raise the temperature, it's normal water, and the frog is swimming in that big pot, and slowly raise the temperature, the frog doesn't realize that the temperature is rising. And by the time it realizes it's burning and I have to get out, he gets roasted. He is not able to jump up. So we have been put by Maya Devi in this boiling pot of water where tapanti, vividas, tapa, we are slowly getting burned. See, if we got burned right on day one, we would jump out of this material world. But we are slowly getting burned. By the time we realize that material energy is burning me, we are roasted. So if we read Bhagavatam, if we choose our thoughts, then at the right time we'll jump out. We'll plan our journey back home, back to God. So this is very, very important to choose thoughts. Therefore, these are two very important points. Choose thoughts and receive Krishna's. So first I spoke about choosing thoughts. Now I will speak about receiving presence. Choosing thoughts is clear. Choosing thoughts means you actually express a thought. You choose a thought, not that just happens to you. You may say, Prabhuji, but I can't do it. 24 hours mind is going. Yes, I am saying at least 1 minute to choose one thought. Begin with something small. Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, please help me. If you can't choose your thought, if you are so helpless, take a paper and pen and write it down. Write down your thought. Choose a thought by writing. Or speak it out loud on a recorder. Somehow choose your thoughts. This is one, choosing thoughts. Okay. Second is, what is second? Receiving. What do you mean by receiving presence? Simple. Okay, I'll give another example of choosing thoughts so that it's very clear to you. You have read prayers in the Bhagavatam. Have you heard classes where devotees speak prayers? What you have to do is, you have to simply personalize it. You have to speak it as your prayer. That's it. That's choosing thought. I'll give you an example. 10th canto. Our Manigriva and Nalakuve, they are offering prayers to Krishna. They have been released from the bondage. You know that? They were tied to the wooden grinding mortar. Now, when you read this is sample prayer, like Kunti's prayer, for example. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam. So, that prayer, when you make it your prayer, Krishna, what Kunti is telling Krishna? Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord. Krishna, you are the most beautiful. Krishna, you are beyond the three modes of material nature. The same thing you say. Choose a thought and say it. That's your prayer. That's choosing thoughts. Another example. Nalakuvera and Manigriva have been released and they are offering a prayer. Vani gunanu katane shravano kathayam hastau chakarma sumanastava padayonam smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drishti satam darshanestu bhavattanunam. This is a beautiful prayer. Hear this, know the meaning, and in your own words offer this prayer to Krishna. Then you have chosen a thought. So what is Nalakuvera Manigriva saying? Vani gunanu katani Krishna. Let us always speak about you. Shravano kathaya. Let's always hear about you. Hastau chakarma sumanas tava padayona. Let my hands be engaged in service to you. Let my mind be absorbed in remembering you. Smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname. Let me offer always dandavat pranam to you. And drishti satam darshanestu bhavattanunam. Let me only look at devotees with tilak and timala. Let me always get darshan of your devotees. This is a prayer offered by Nalkugar and Manigriv 5000 years ago. We can simply repeat as it is, investing our emotions into this, and then we have chosen thought. And our acharyas have dived deep into this kind of prayers. If you read Sarartha Darshan, if you read Bhagavatam commentaries, they get into the mood and the context and to give you a taste for praying. Like in this prayer, they are saying first, let us glorify you, and then we want to hear about you. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, what kind of a devotee is this? Devotees want to hear, not speak. Preaching, in ISKCON, in our temple in Chowpatty where I come from, we never say I want to speak. We always show eagerness to hear, and then when we are ordered, okay, now speak, then we speak. If somebody says, I want to sing today, or I want to lead kirtan today, or I want to dress deities today, or I want to give lecture, I want to kirtan, he never gets a chance. Because it's a order, it's a given to you. You can't demand. Like I remember, I preached to one boy, then he became a devotee, then he was confused whether to join or not join, all that happened. Finally he joined, then he became brahmachari, then he became, now he is a head pujari, in charge of the whole pujari department. See, I can't tell him, hey, I can't think that, he's a kiddo, I have preached to him. So I can't tell him, hey, mere ko dressing karna hai, Radharani. I can't do that. I have to wait for his order. So that is a mood. Similarly, preaching, glorifying, first to hear. So why are these two devotees? Are they upstarts? They are saying we want to glorify, and then we will hear. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, no, they are very sincere because they were shameless earlier. They were going around naked. They were cursed to be trees. So they are feeling very ashamed. They are thinking that if they go for satsang, they will be driven out. So they want to glorify so that everybody knows, Acha, wo log sudhar gaye abhi. They are glorifying Krishna. Then people will be happy and then they will be invited for katha and then they can go and hear. That is the first they want to speak. So these are all rasik commentaries given by devotees. But what I am saying in today's context is, choose the thoughts. Take all these prayers from Bhagavatam and make it yours. Don't hide behind those prayers. Many of us, we hide behind these prayers by memorizing them and just chanting them, not choosing our thoughts. Is that okay? This is the first principle. Second is most beautiful, receiving Krishna's presence. I saw many of you do that just now. When I was chanting verses, I saw a smile slip on your face. You are just present. You are listening to the sound vibration. Just listening to a class. Taking darshan. Sometimes devotees stand for 30 minutes in front of the deities and take darshan. And they come out to the temple hall. Gopinath was wearing what color? Pagdi, turban. They don't know the color. They didn't take darshan only. देखा ही नहीं भगवान को. ऐसा होता है ना? Sometimes we are lost. We are not present. Choosing Krishna's presence is very important. And Bhagavatam teaches us in many places. There are many verses. We don't have so much time. I'll just give one example. Kapila Dev again, I think third canto only, but some other chapter. He explains 28th chapter. He explains how we can receive Krishna's presence. So he says, look at the Lord's deity form. All of you have taken darshan. I have one friend in Mumbai. You show him any photo of Radha Krishna deity of ISKCON. He'll just see the photo and he'll immediately know. This is Radha Gopi Vallabh, Boston. This is Radha Kunj Bihari, Detroit. This is Radha Gopijana Vallabh, Farmington. You will know anything. Radha Paris Ishwar. Every deity he knows. He's so attached. He's present. He receives their presence. For us, all deities look same. There are people like that. They are just so present. I'm very present with food. I don't remember names, I don't remember many important things, but I remember experiences. So I go to somebody's house, take prasad, and we speak something. I'm present in the way, and I remember everything. So I was in one house, and that Mataji was serving something. I said, Mataji, last year you fed me pinwheel pizza, and then we called your parents, we had a video call, and this, that, and then I told the story of an adventure they had in one restaurant. And Mataji started crying. Prabhuji, you are pure devotee. You remember everything. It happened 2 years ago. Oh. I said, yes, Mataji, I remember everything, but I don't remember your name. I don't know you. So the point is, be present. I'm talking about being present, receiving. You know, children, they're very present. How they take in. That's just some of the things we remember from childhood. Just receiving presence, just being present. Without analyzing too much sometimes. Just be there. So Kapila Dev explains, you take darshan of the deities. Take it in your eyes. Then there are inner eyes also. Just like you have these eyes, inside also there are eyes. When you close your eyes, you see that form in your inner eyes. Like you hear something and then you don't, after some time suddenly somewhere in inner ear it plays. Like I was going for a program in Mumbai in auto rickshaw, I was chanting and another auto rickshaw came in the traffic signal and that fellow had blasted a old Bollywood song, Mohammed Rafi song, which I used to hear when I was in college. And suddenly that, I can't avoid because it's loud. I'm saying, no, nahi sunna hai. Sunna hai, abhi aa raha hai. So I'm chanting Hare Krishna, the sound is coming, some Mohammed Rafi song. By Krishna's mercy, I've forgotten it now, but that time it was loud. And then I said, then the auto rickshaw went, our auto rickshaw went. I went for the program, we were all sitting, I picked up the kartal and I had to start Jai Radha Madhav Kirtan. And that song started ringing in my ears, in my inner ears. I'm like, oh Krishna. I want to start Jai Radha Madhav, but then the song is loudly ringing in my ears. I opened my eyes and everybody is looking at me as if thinking I'm absorbed in Krishna. No, but the point I'm saying is the inner ears, they take in. So Kapila Dev says, be present when you're seeing the deities and then receive it in your inner eyes. Sachintaye Bhagavatis Charanarabindam Vajrankushadvaja Sarorualanchanadim Uttunga Ratta Vilasam Nakachakravala Jyotsna Virahadamahar Hridayandakaram. Very beautifully he says, take in Sachintaye Bhagavatis Charanarabindam. Take the lotus feet of Krishna in your inner eyes. What will happen? Then you will see in your inner eyes, Krishna's souls will have four signs. Vajram Kushad Vajasaro Rualanchanadam. Thunderbolt, elephant gold, flag, lotus flower. Uttunga Rakta Vilasam Nakachakravala. And that reddish souls will glow and the nails will glow like pearls. And that will be dazzling light and that light will be so powerful. Jyotsna Virahadamahar Hridaya Andakaram. There is darkness in the heart. That darkness will go away because of the light coming from the toenails. So if you are present in this form and if you are hearing, if you are choosing thoughts and you are receiving presence, then you know what will happen? Then you will see Krishna's miracles happening everywhere. There is one journal I write every night before sleeping. How did Krishna show up today? Are you joining them? That is thoughtful of you. Thank you. No, but you are disturbing them. What was that? So, how did Krishna show up today? Blank, nothing to write. But the more we practice choosing thoughts, the more, I repeat, the more you practice choosing thoughts and receiving presence, that journal will get filled every day. Sometimes you'll have 5-6 entries. Krishna will show up as some amazing point that you heard in a class. Krishna will show up as some advice some friend has given you, or some arrangement that has happened to you. Some suddenly amazing things will happen. Like this particular, I was in one house in Dallas, Dallas ISKCON temple has beautiful deities of Radha Kalachandi. So I went to this house, I was leaving, the Prabhuji gave me a small gift. It was packed. And I took the gift and I said, Prabhu, you are so fortunate, you are serving Radha Kalachandi. Whenever I see Radha Kalachandji, I remember two verses. And I was at the gate leaving the house. So then I only quoted one of the two verses, Rupa Goswami's verse. And then I quoted that, I explained that. It took some time. After that I said, okay, thank you. I was leaving. Then Mataji said, Prabhuji, you said two verses, but you quoted only one. Oh yeah, I said. And I quoted the next one. And that was this verse. Sachintayet Bhagavatis Charanaragandam. And as I began to explain this verse, then Mataji started crying. Because I said, Kalachandji, because this verse is about Krishna, instead of Krishna I kept saying Kalachand. And I said, Kalachandji's reddish, pinkish lotus feet, the soles have 3 tulsi leaves. And there are these blue pearls, blue gems, and there is a green ornament that is put on the nails. And there is one pinkish ornament put on this, on the thumb, like that, on the toe. I explained in detail all this. And as I explained this, Mataji's lower jaw dropped. And she was crying. I said, what happened? And then she was indicating to the gift I had in my hand. She was telling me to open it. And I opened it. It contained exactly the same things which I was speaking about. She had packed the same gifts, not knowing that I would be speaking that. So I'm just saying, how is it a coincidence? Maybe. But I prefer to see it as Krishna reciprocating. But if we don't have a culture of choosing, when I don't have a culture or a practice of choosing thoughts and receiving presents, many things appear to be coincidence or many things just go away. I don't even realize miracles are happening all around us. See, it doesn't have to be something big like that, small things. I remember I was standing in front of the deities and praying, and after 10 minutes I was leaving, and one Mataji came and said, Prabhuji, I just met your mother, she's so nice. And I said, really? But my mother is in Bengaluru. I spoke to her last night. And how can she be here? No, Prabhuji, I met her. She's so good, we spoke for a long time. So I was like, really? Is there some miracle? How did my mother land up here? Then we spoke for some more time. Then we realized it was not my mother. It was Gaur Gopal Prabhuji. And then she went. I could have also gone to my room, but something suddenly inspired me. I came back to the temple hall because I realized that I was standing in front of the deities for 10 minutes offering different bhajans, prayers. But I had not prayed for my mother. So then I felt, after this Mataji spoke to me, I remembered my mother. I went back, I offered a prayer. And then I went back and kept doing my duties. And at night when I was filling my journal, how did Krishna show up today? I had a great entry. This Krishna sent his Mataji to remind me that I should also offer a prayer to Krishna, prayer for my mother. So I'm trying to say that there are simple, small things that happen in our day-to-day life. And sometimes big miracles also happen. Like last year, I think in this house only, I remember, in the Naraseshwar Prabhu's house, a different place. I remember speaking about the story how our temple president Radha Gopinath Prabhu gave a class on Ramayana on Ram Navami Day. And that night he spoke entirely from Sundarkand, and 3 hours after his class, a giant monkey from nowhere comes to his room. Now, he is my neighbor. Radha Gopinath Prabhu is been in the temple for 35 years and he was glorifying Hanumanji with so much amazing enthusiasm. And I am on the 3rd floor, and terrace is on top of our 3rd floor, and the terrace is covered with a net. No bird or animal can come inside. And in the morning, we are all supposed to be in temple hall, but by some mysterious thing, we are all there, early morning, 5 o'clock. And this giant monkey strides down the steps right in front of me, and I am shocked. I have been in the ashram, Brahmachari ashram, since 28 years. I have never seen a monkey there. And when I saw this monkey, my first reaction was I picked up my chappal. I said, hey, bandar ki aisi ki taisi. I was angry to beat the monkey. And the monkey looks at me totally fearless, walks straight. So many rooms are there. There is a pantry with a lot of fruits. The monkey could have done his monkey business. He could have gone anywhere, done anything, gone to any room, but he walks straight and stops right outside Radha Gopinath Prabhu's room. He had just given a class on Hanumanji. And the monkey looks at him and waves. I sometimes exaggerate by saying he gave a thumbs up sign. He didn't give a thumbs up sign, he waved. But there are 4 eyewitnesses. He waved. And then again he could have gone ahead. But he chooses to turn back. And when he turns back, who does he see? He sees me with the chappal in my hand. I'm chasing that monkey. And when the monkey turns back, suddenly I realize, oh, what is that? What has just now happened? And the monkey walks up to me, slaps me on my calf muscles as if to say, chill bro, relax. What are you so worked up about, Relax. And the monkey walks, climbs up the stairs and disappears. And suddenly, and nobody else realized, there were 10 of us there, nobody realized that this could be Hanumanji. But I said, this is Hanumanji. And I ran to Prabhu, Prabhu, Hanumanji has come to appreciate your class. He said, what nonsense. This is a monkey from the governor's bungalow. I said, Prabhu, you are staying here since how many years? He is staying there since 1988. That's how many years? 37 years. I said, you are staying here for the last 37 years. How many times have you seen a monkey? He said, 0. And then I was also shocked. I kept giving 15 logical reasons how this cannot be a coincidence. I was also shocked at the reasons that were coming out of my mouth. There is a net, and why did the monkey come only after Hanuman Jayanti, Ram Navami, and like that. Many reasons. And everybody said, yes, everybody agreed with it. And I was amazed at my reasoning, and Radha Prabhu finally had to admit, yeah, this is an amazing miracle. And everybody was shocked. Vraja Bihari, how did you get this purport? He said, I don't know. I'm only sharing the good stories with you. I'm not sharing all the mess I've made in my life. But I'm just sharing how when I'm choosing to be present, how all things make sense. Miracles you see. And I got so greedy. I wanted my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, to confirm that it was Hanumanji. So that I can then tell the whole world that my Guru Maharaj also said it is Hanumanji. So I went to him after a few days, then he came back to India. I said, Maharaj, you know what happened? And when I told him, he said, really? I'm coming here since 1983. I've never seen a monkey in this campus. So I said, Maharaj, it is Hanumanji, right? Maharaj understood my mischievous intention. Because he knew that if he says yes, then Vraja Bihari is going to broadcast. So Maharaj said, Radha Gopinath Prabhu is a sadhu. Amazing. So he was diplomatic. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. And I kept saying, Maharaj, this monkey confirms that Hanumanji reciprocates. And Maharaj said, oh, beautiful, beautiful. So then I realized Maharaj is not going to, you can't force Maharaj to say what you want to say. So when I was leaving, I told, so Maharaj, can I believe that it was Hanumanji who came? One final. And Maharaj looked at me. You want to know whether it is Hanumanji? I said, yes, Maharaj, it is Hanumanji. If you want to know whether it is Hanumanji, put fire on his tail. You will come to know whether it was Hanumanji. So anyway, okay, let us say it is a coincidence, it's not Hanumanji. But you know what happened to my consciousness? My appreciation for Ramayana increased. Now in our temple hall there is Hanumanji deity. Whenever I come to temple and offer Dandavat, I look at Hanumanji and suddenly become conscious. Hazir. It's amazing experience, it has to be felt like, oh, Hanumanji is real. And Radha Gopinath Prabhu and myself, they are part of the same temple council body. And we have meetings every Tuesday. And there are sometimes serious altercations, differences of opinion. And sometimes when I get upset, don't get up. I can't get upset because Hanumanji ke khas hai. Inse panga mat lo. Don't fight with him, he's very dear to Hanumanji. So the point is you become conscious of divinity. So I'm not saying I'm always Krishna conscious. I'm just saying I'm suffering, you're also suffering, right? So why I should tell you my tale and make your life more miserable? I'm just telling you some success stories which I had so that you are inspired to also do 2 things. What 2 things? The first, choose your thoughts and receive Krishna's presence. And they don't have to be big things, small things. I'll tell you a simple thing. Anybody? Can you give me a feedback? Just 1 second. Okay, tell me if you have experienced something like this. I'm chanting japa in the train.
Hare Krishna. I feel sleepy. Completed my rounds, then I keep my bead bag in front of the table, praying, and then I goes off. The station comes, and I run to get down, and as soon as I'm getting down, I remember my bead bag. I come back, pick up my bead bag, and get down. Something like this has happened to you. Suddenly you remember something. So it's an ordinary incident. But because I'm choosing thoughts and receiving presence, that night in my journal, how did Krishna appear today? Krishna tapped me on my shoulder and said, Prabhu, you forgot, not Prabhu, Krishna wants to say Prabhu. Rascal, you rascal. Krishna wants to say Prabhu. You rascal. You forgot your bead bag. Go get it. Right? Krishna said it, right? Why? Am I speculating when I say Krishna said it? What confirms this? 15th chapter Gita, 15th verse. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto matta smriti jnanapohanam sha vedescha sarve ahameva vedyo vedanta krutpeda videva chaham. So Krishna is there in the heart. He gives remembrance, he gives forgetfulness. So sometimes you remember something, it's Krishna telling you, who is this? So Krishna advises us, Krishna arranges things for us, Krishna allows us to do things. We need to choose thoughts, otherwise we'll go crazy. And while choosing thoughts, we also practice receiving presence. Bhishma is leaving this world. Before leaving this world, what does he offer a prayer? He's on a bed of arrows. Itimati upakal pita vitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumi swasukam upagate vachit vihartum prakritim upeyushi yadbhava pravaha. The first prayer, Iti mati rupakal. Let me invest my thoughts, let me choose my thoughts. And then how does he receive Krishna's presence? Amazing prayers. Bhagavatam, one by one he starts. This is the idea for you, how to receive Krishna's presence. Unlimited variety, my dear friends. Either Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna's eyes, Krishna's eyebrows, Krishna's smile, Krishna's teeth, Krishna's laughter, the malati flower stuck on his ears. There are so many ways you can receive Krishna's presence. Tribhuvana kamanam tamalavarnam radhikara gauravarambaram dadane vapuralakakula vritananabjam vijaya sakhe ratirastume anavadya. See if this will help you in your attempt to receive Krishna's presence. Krishna is saying, you want to receive the most beautiful personality in the creation, who is as beautiful as a tamal tree complexion, Tamala Varnam, and is wearing dazzling yellow garments, Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadan, and he's got sandalwood chandan decorating his face, Vapur Alakakula Vritananabjam. And what form of Krishna is Bhishma meditating upon? Vijaya Sakhe Ratir Astume Anavadya. The chariot driver of Arjuna. And there he goes deeper. Krishna is driving the chariot. And his hair is getting scattered. The horses are running and they're raising the hoofs, they're raising the dust. And what is happening to Krishna's form? Yudituraga Rajo Vidhumra Vishwak Kachalulita Shramavare Alankritasye Mama Nishita Sharir Vibidyamana Vachivilasat Kavachestu Krishna Atma. He's saying, Krishna is driving the chariot, his hair is getting scattered because of the dust raised by the hoofs of the horses. And this dust is falling on Krishna's cheeks and Krishna's face is becoming more beautiful. Generally, if you go out and play and dust comes on your face, then you come inside and first wash your face. But Krishna's face becomes more beautiful when dust falls on his face. And then he's saying, Shamavari Alankritasya, because of the perspiration, drops are falling from forehead to his cheeks, and these perspiration drops are like pearls. Mama Nishita Sharira. I am shooting arrows at Krishna, and his body is pierced by my arrow, and blood is coming out. And that sight is so beautiful. Prabhupada writes there, don't get bewildered. Bhishma shooting arrows at Krishna is like a lover's bite to his beloved. It is not out of animosity. And Bhishma shooting arrows is like a lover throwing rose petals at his beloved. And then he's saying, I want to meditate and receive this form of Krishna. So are you getting the variety you have? You can meditate on the dust on Krishna's face. Even the gopis are remembering this form. Dina parikshaye nila kunthale vanaruhananam bipradavratam dhanarajasvalam darshayan muhu manasina smaran virayachasi. Oh Krishna, the gopis are saying, you come back from Vrindavan. Dina parikshaye nila kunthale, and your hair is getting blown by the wind. And what is happening at that time? You want to see your face, but your face is covered because Vanaruhananam Bibradavratam. It covers, the hair is covering your face. And then because of the wind, the hair moves away and you can see your face covered with dust. And when we see that, Ghana Rajaswalam, and we see that face covered with dust, Darshayan Muhur, we want to see that form again and again. And at that moment, Manasina Smaran Virayachasi, oh, handsome one, Cupid's arrows have shot our heart. They are so attracted to this form of Krishna. Even in Ramayana, Aganita Guna Gana Bhushita Rama Avanitanaya Kamita Rama Rakha Chandra Samanana Rama Pitrvakya Shrita Kanana Rama 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 Jaya Raja Ram Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram. Ram has unlimited qualities, and all the beautiful girls in Ayodhya want him as a husband. And Rakha Chandra, and he's fighting, his face is as beautiful as a full moon, and the dust raised in the battlefield is covering his face. And he is the one, Pitra Vakya Shrita Kananagam, and he went to the forest to honor his father's words. And the point I am making is, when the Lord is glorified, even the dust particle that is decorating his face is glorified so much. So there are unlimited ways we can receive Krishna's presence, and there are unlimited ways we can choose thoughts. Otherwise, what will happen? If you don't choose thoughts, if you don't receive Krishna's presence, what will happen? The thoughts will choose us, and feelings will come as a tsunami. Right? You know, I want to tell you one very embarrassing incident. I think all of us go through this, so I'm not so embarrassed. I'm standing in front of our deity Radha Gopinath and I'm praying. Radha Gopinath. So how do we pray in front of deities? Do we pray in speech or thought? What will happen if all of us pray in speech? It will be bewildering, right? So we all offer prayers in thoughts. But speech is easier to offer prayers because we are more conscious. We think and then speak. There are some people who speak and then think. I know some people like that. But generally we are more conscious when we speak. But when offering prayers, so I was standing like this. And this is how I wanted to pray. Radharani, Gopinath, please help Shashank and Smita. They are going through a divorce, Krishna. Please help them. They are such a nice couple. I have changed the names. They are not Shashank and Smita. But I was praying for them. Krishna, please help them. So this is a good prayer, right? So far, so good. This is how I began. But as soon as I offered this prayer, what happened? The mind takes over. Krishna, please help Shashank and Smita. Then that is Smita's fault. That girl is stupid. It is because of her that divorce is happening. And that she is exactly like that lady in Birmingham, England. Remember? They are also going through a divorce. They are also, it's the lady's fault. Both these girls are stupid. And that lady there, she looks exactly like your Barbie. Remember? She died in that motorbike accident. Who is speaking all this? Is this what I am supposed to pray? I am standing in front of the Lord. I began with a good prayer, but who took over? The thoughts. Because I'm not choosing my thoughts, then what happens? Oh, your Bobby died in that bike accident. She was wearing a helmet. Still she died on the spot. Her son was sitting behind. Nothing happened to him. These bus drivers are very nasty. Remember that accident was exactly like the accident that happened outside the High Court in Mumbai, where the bus hit that auto rickshaw. Oh, talking about High Court, remember that man was running with the dragger soaked in blood outside the High Court and people were screaming? You saw that in 1993, remember? That scene was so scary. It was right out of a movie. Remember that movie you saw where the hero runs to the villain with the dragger soaked in blood and the villain has a gun and he's so scared and he drops his gun and the hero is running. What a movie that was, amazing. We went to watch that in Metro Theatre with Siddharth, Vikas, Rupesh. And Vikas is in Canada. We're supposed to go to Canada. What happened? Oh, you're not getting the visa. Next year you should go to Canada. But Vikas is in England. Oh, England, where is he? In Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham, that lady is going through divorce. Oh, that she's going through divorce exactly like Shashank and Sita. Oh, Krishna, please help them save their divorce. I went through the whole world. And then again my mind is gone somewhere else. So in this 15 minutes of prayer, maybe 5, maybe 10 seconds, maybe 11, 15, 20 seconds, maybe I must have prayed. I must have chosen thoughts. Remaining in a 10-minute prayer, 9 minutes, 40 seconds, the mind had its free ride. And after those 15 minutes, when I come outside, Prabhupada looks at me and says, Prabhuji, how nicely you are praying to the Lord. You are so prayerful. So that's how we are. So therefore, we need to start practicing now, choosing our thoughts. I will end with this. Srila Prabhupada was asked, once Srila Prabhupada challenged his devotees. So, how can you know Krishna is God? One devotee said, Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita says. Prabhupada said, Bhagavad Gita? That is simply a book. Why? Tell me. How do you know Krishna is God? So another devotee said, Prabhupada, because you are telling us. You are pure devotee. No, Prabhupada. I am an old man. Old man will say anything. So all arguments Prabhupada defeated. Finally one devotee said, Prabhupada, because when I chant Hare Krishna, I feel loved by Krishna. And Prabhupada said, yes, that is why Krishna is. Ultimately, we need to feel that shelter. We need to feel loved by Krishna. So what are the two principles we need to internalize? First, choose our thoughts, and second, receive Krishna's presence. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any comments or questions regarding today's discussion? You can have some. Hare Krishna. रमेश प्रभु, जरा प्रभु, वो रूम में ना एक पिंक कलर का बॉटल रहेगा और ग्लास रहेगा. Yes, प्रभु.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for the class and with so many ways giving examples of how to pray and how to do stuff. Well, my question is, like in the beginning of the class, you mentioned about tap. You also asked me not experiencing tap. So how to choose thoughts and receive Krishna's presence at times of this tap, miseries and difficulties.
In the middle of the tap, when you are going through that suffering. See, we are many times attached to. We want to be in control during the middle of the crisis. Let's say you are not able to do it. But when you are not going through that, let's see, there's a provocative moment when you are suffering. You don't choose Krishna. It's okay. Later on, when you are in your senses, you come back to Krishna. Many of us, what we do, see, there is okay, I'll give you this lecture series, 1974, December, 6th canto Bhagavatam lectures by Prabhupada in Bombay, Ajamin section, 6th canto, first chapter lectures. So I think there are 15-20 lectures, December 1 to December 20 or something, 1974, Bombay. So in that series of lectures, I found amazing pattern. Srila Prabhupada answers your question. He says at 3 levels, he doesn't say exactly 1, 2, 3, but you can derive that from that lectures. He says, what is the ideal state we all should be in? Prabhupada says, every devotee should capture Krishna like Mother Yashoda captured Krishna. Very easy, practical. So Prabhupada explains in detail about how Mother Yashoda captured Krishna. When I was hearing it, I said, Arey Bapre, so this is beyond me. Then Prabhupada understood. People like Kali Yuga people will find it not possible. So he says, okay, if you cannot capture Krishna, at least choose Krishna. When you are provoked, choose Krishna. When you are in the middle of tapa, choose Krishna. And now I know what you will say. This is what you said just now. But I can't choose Krishna. So then Prabhupada says in the last 2 lectures, somehow come back to Krishna. Even if you have not chosen Krishna, later on come back. Krishna, I was a fool, I chose Maya. But now I am with you. Krishna, please help me. Come back. Kena kena prakarena manha Krishna nideshe. Even there I know some of you will say, but I can't come back. So Prabhupada, what he does? He scoffs at that idea and he gives a very funny example. He says, is it difficult to come back? Just remember Krishna and learn from the women in India. He gives a very funny example. And he says, these women in our India, they are very busy. Whole day they are working hard. But these women, they are very smart. However busy they are from morning to night, they ensure that their hair is in proper order. Then Srila Prabhupada says, what is he comparing keeping the hair in proper order to?
Coming back to Krishna.
Remembering Krishna, coming back to Krishna. He said just like this, Prabhupada uses the phrase, these women are good in taking care of the bunch of their hair on their head. A bunch of hair on their head. Similarly, you take care of remembering Krishna. You may be very busy, you may be having a lot of problems. Somehow see that the bunch of hair is in proper order. So, you slip. So what will happen? The more you come back, then one day during the middle of the provocation, middle of the talk, you will remember. And you will get this strength. Is that okay, bro? Actually, Srila Prabhupada's lectures give a lot of practical things. If you have a practice, I found a lot of solutions in Prabhupada's Bhagavatam classes. Thank you, bro. Yes, bro.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for a very wonderful lecture. My question was, many a times what happens is, as you said, remember Krishna like is what he has worn and how he looks, each detail. But most of the times when we are doing some service, like we are thinking about how best can I serve the devotees, or how best can I serve Krishna. Let's say I'm cooking something or I'm distributing work. I'm thinking of how can I bring Krishna into his life. That time probably we are not thinking about how Krishna looks. Is that something, or are they aligned, or are they two different things?
No, it's okay. And Srila Kirti Prabhu said, Srila Prabhupada, I don't feel any love for you. My devotees see you, they keep saying, Jai Prabhupada, they're crying tears when they see you. I don't feel all that. So is it that I don't have any love? Then Srila Prabhupada said, do you like to serve? I said, yes, I always like to serve. Then you are having same love. So sometimes the fact that you like to serve, the fact that you like devotees, don't do too much analysis. But it helps to remember Krishna's form. It helps to offer, because whatever service you do, ultimately you have to offer it to Krishna. If you don't say Krishna, this is an offering to you. If you don't choose our thought, then it becomes a ritual, it is not spiritual. Om pavitro pavitro va sarva vastamgatopi va yah smare pundari kaksha sabhayaventara shuchi. Smare, ultimately we have to remember Krishna. We should be able to say, Krishna, this is for you. Krishna, I cooked this feast, this is for you. Please accept it. Then our relationship becomes spiritual. Yes, I'll come to you. Just one.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I was thinking of, so in your class you mentioned one of practical step of writing a journal at the end of the day. So would you please elaborate on some of the practical things in our busy lives as we go through from morning to night, some checkpoints where we could check whether I am actually being present to Krishna's presence or doing thoughts. So what are some other avenues where you can actually bring this into practice?
See, japa is a great time. All of us chant, like you are chanting 16 rounds, I assume, 10 rounds, 4 rounds. Some rounds you chant every day. How many of you have committed chanting every day, few rounds at least? Okay, all of you committed to chant some rounds. So japa is a great time. We choose our thoughts. Like there are 12 areas, 12 things I give a report to Krishna on every day. Somebody gives 6, 7, whatever. So you can, so when you choose thought, like for example, one could be gratitude. One of those 10 things could be gratitude. So Krishna, thank you for the gifts you gave me yesterday. And then you, as you are vibrating the holy name, you are also offering thoughts of gratitude. Until you feel that connection, that exchange complete, don't go to the next point. Because mind will wander, gently come back. Gently come back, keep coming back. And at some point of time you will feel, I actually thank Krishna. Then go to the next point. Sometimes you are not able to cover all the 10 things in your 16 rounds, maybe only 5. Then chant a little extra till you choose your thoughts. So some devotees I know, they give a report to Krishna on how much did they act out of false pride in the last 24 hours since they chanted japa. Then some of them offer blessings. They offer prayers for other devotees, 4 or 5 devotees at least. Some devotees offer gratitude. Like that. So this is one way you can. So that way your japa will be very nourishing. And because you are choosing thoughts. And then after you finish choosing a thought, then you just listen to the holy name. Because when you are listening to the holy name, you are receiving Krishna's presence. Japa, if it is not a dialogue, it will become a monologue. Japa is a monologue for all of us. Mind is going in its own journey, rant. So I am saying convert japa into a dialogue. Offer a prayer and receive Krishna's presence. This is one way you can check whether your mind is, whether you are receiving Krishna's presence. Another thing you could try, if you have time, do this experiment tomorrow morning, and I would love to know from you. You will love it. Take a paper and pen, keep an alarm for 5 minutes, and write a prayer to Krishna. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, please help me. Whatever, write some prayer. First paragraph is a prayer. And at some point of time, if you feel it is from your heart, continue. 5 minutes, write prayer only. But if you are feeling it doesn't carry that voice, it's not heartfelt, and you are not able to pray intensely or seriously or with feeling, drop, start the second paragraph. And what is second paragraph? Simply write down what the mind is saying. Mind is saying get up and go to the washroom. Now my mind is saying check WhatsApp. Don't do all that. Just write down what the mind is saying. Like a video camera is observing me. The video camera is not judging me. So switch on the video camera for inside your mind and write down, observe, don't judge. And you will realize in one when you are about to complete the sentence, the mind would have told 50 things. Huh? You will forget what you are writing. And after 5 minutes when the alarm goes off, and before that only at some point of time the mind may go blank. That means the mind is become quiet. It's like a tantrum throwing spouse who has been apprehended. Nothing to say, he or she has nothing to say now. So mind becomes quiet. And when the mind becomes quiet, that is your chance. Grab it. Stop the second paragraph, start the third paragraph, which is simply repetition of the first paragraph. What did you write in the first paragraph? Krishna, I love you, please help me serve you. Just write the same sentences as it is. and you will see an amazing difference in the energy of that sentence and this sentence. Because the first time you wrote, it was not your voice, it was the mind shouting. But now, mind is quiet and it is your voice. And then when you read both externally to third person, it will appear same, the first and the third paragraph. But you will know there's a lot of difference here because this is coming from my soul, it's my voice. So this is one way you could offer prayers. Choose your thought. This is called as choosing thoughts. Because right now they are not choosing thought. The mind, see, Krishna is on my right side, mind is on my left side. 10-foot tall mind with big horns, demon constantly shouting, bah, bah, bah. I'm like, yes sir, yes sir. Krishna is on my right, Krishna is waiting, when will I turn to him? But my neck is here. So Bhakti Yoga chanting is all about turning the neck from the left side to Krishna. Krishna is waiting to embrace me. But I'm a slave of my mind. So I'm tired. So what I do sometimes, think about what you have to say, tell, I listen. Right? And then suddenly the mind becomes quiet. When the mind becomes quiet, then come to Krishna. we are trapped by the mind. That's why we are not able to choose our thoughts. So writing is a great way to slow down your mind. Why I could speak this example of me standing in front of the deities and offering prayer. So this is happens to everyone, but I could, because writing slows down. To read one page takes 3 minutes. To write one page takes 15 minutes. Writing slows down. So you can choose your thoughts. You say, but Prabhuji, I have no time to write. Okay, then WhatsApp, phone you can type. Something you do. Then also you can't, then how, then I don't know. Hare Krishna. Is that okay? Yes, sorry, I kept you waiting and then present. Okay. When do we stop? बोल देना. आप बोल देना. Last question है करके. I will not know the answer. Yes, Mataji.
So we have 3 questions. If there is time, I'll ask only one. So probably, one of the things that I was thinking about, how you mentioned your experience. That is my constant experience. Mind is just going on, one thought to another. And a lot of times, not only is the mind thinking, I am planning on top of it also. So it's just a lot going on in my head. So even if I say I decide, I want to offer prayers to Krishna. Maybe one day I'll do, second day I'll do, third day it will become this, oh my god, one more checkbox on my list of things to do. So how can I make it more earnest rather than, oh Krishna, now I have to do this because I said I'm going to do it. So how can I become more earnest in my offering of thoughts?
Yeah. So why do you want to offer thoughts? Answer this question first. I lost 15 kgs of weight 2 years ago. I followed some diet. I became very healthy. So brahmacharis were shocked. My close friends know that I am a foodie. I love to eat. I only talk about food all the time. And they said, how did Vraja Bihari lose 15 kgs? So people came to me, Hare, how did you lose weight? I also want to lose weight. And my question was, why do you want to lose weight? Because I want to serve more. My second question, why do you want to serve more? Because I want to give everything I have for Prabhupada's mission. My third question, why do you want to serve Prabhupada's mission? Because human life is rare, and before I die, I want to use the last breath of my energy in Krishna's service. Why do you think human life is rare? And why do you want to use the last breath of your life in Krishna's service? 5 times ask why. You will be forced to get an answer, which will be a big motivation, and then how will automatically come. Because if I tell you you can lose weight by running 5 miles every day, and if you are born physically handicapped, you don't have legs, how will that help you? But why, if it is strong, then how will be revealed to you, and your how will be different from my how. Why is very important. We don't ask why, we ask how. In ISKCON, the most common question is how to do it. Prabhuji, how? So asking how is very easy because the burden of the answer falls on the speaker. The speaker has to give the answer now and I can wait till I surrender. I don't have to surrender now. I need just some more clarity, then I will surrender Prabhuji. Just answer how. So we hide behind how. Dhritarashtra also kept asking how to help, how to save my son, how to stop him from doing this. Dhritarashtra also asked how and Parikshit Maharaj also asked how. But Parikshit Maharaj first surrendered and then asked how. In one of the misconceptions we have is we need clarity before we act. But Krishna consciousness demands first action and then clarity. Clarity will follow action, not action should follow clarity. So if you don't know how, then answer why. But don't answer why all the time. Why my life is so bad? Why I am going through so much karma reaction? That time don't ask why. That time ask what. What should I do now to make my life better? What can I do now to improve my relationship with my boss? Not why my boss is so bad. What? So you should know when to ask, what, why, and how. Now don't ask me how to know which one to ask. That I don't know. But yeah, so why is important. When the why is clear, everything becomes clear. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Should I ask or what? Oh.
Please ask.
So, the perspective we looked at is how a devotee should look at Krishna. What should we culminate inside us, the thoughts and then the presence. Does Krishna also test your free will? Like, let me give this person a situation, an exam. His intentions could be right, his thoughts are not right. So let me see and then I decide, should I take him with me or not? Does that happen?
Krishna tests us always. And the most amazing example in the scriptures is the Brahmana Patnis. Iti te bhagavat yachnam shrinvatopi na shushrushuyam pudrasha bhuri karmano balisha vrudramanina. Krishna sends these boys to Brahmanas for begging for food. And these Brahmanas hear the appeal but they ignore. And then Krishna tells these boys, go to the Matajis there. They are assisting their husbands. And these Matajis, what they do? Chaturbida bahugunam annamadaya bhajane abhishashrupriyam sarva samudram niva. Oh, Krishna is hungry. They run with all the prasadam to Krishna. And was it easy? Krishna tested them. Nishidhyamana patibir pratabir bandhubir sute bhagavati uttamashloka dirva shuta dutasha. They were stopped. They broke those barriers. They made a choice. They were tested. They went through the labor pain, the spiritual labor pain. We want bliss in bhakti. The bliss in bhakti doesn't come when you are practicing. The bliss comes after you made a choice. See, there are two kinds of suffering. Suffering because of your karma, your relationships, your work, your family, so many things that is happening because of karma. There is one other kind of suffering that happens because of the choices we make to choose Krishna over material energy, and that choice is painful. I will not watch Netflix tonight. No, Krishna. Today I am going to chant 8 rounds extra. This is painful, but I will do this because I want to choose you. That is suffering, but that is labor pain. You will take birth. We have to go through labor pain, the spiritual labor pain. That choice we have to make. And look at this irony of this entire story. And this is what baffles me so much. The Brahmana wives please Krishna. It's a long story, 53 verses, 54 verses in this chapter, 23rd chapter of 10th canto. Please read this. The last verse is they come back, they are scared to go back home, thinking that they will be rejected by the society. Krishna assures them that their husband will accept them back. When they go back, their husbands say, Dik janmana stri pratyat, they condemn themselves. Dikkar hai hamare upar, hum log nalayak hai, hum log tuchh hai, pagal hai. Hamari patniyan kitni achhi hain, they are so good. They love Krishna so much. They understood Krishna is God. They are our worshipable masters. We are so foolish. We did not recognize Krishna. They get the realization that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And the last verse says, and after, despite this realization, they did not go to Krishna because they were afraid of Kamsa. That means realization is not equal to transformation. Realization should be followed with a choice. Like Krishna will test us. We think, oh, I have got realization, so I am advanced. No, you may have realizations, but transformation will happen only when you make the right choice. And that is the test. So they failed that test there. Of course, later on they passed. Vidaya Nidra Karunodayasya Vidaya Krityani Chavipramukhya Vedavasane Prapadanti Nityam Govinda Damodara Madhave. When the Brahmana started chanting Govinda Damodara Madhava, they became good. But they failed at that point of time. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, we'll stop here. We can take one last question, the Mataji. It's 8:20. Very, very great. I'm very grateful to all of you for attending today's class and giving me a chance to share. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving a wonderful lecture. Let's chant Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Thank you. Prabhuji, every year you come here. That's our request. So please, we all will be waiting for you every year. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for coming here today. On behalf of Rashesha Prabhu and Vijayeshwari Mataji, I am saying this. So thank you all for coming with your whatever work you had. So still you came here and sat here. I just want to introduce Prabhuji, his bio. Vraja Bihari Prabhu is Vraja Bihari Prabhuji is a full-time monk at Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Mumbai. For over 25 years, he brings ancient Vedic wisdom with modern-day challenges. A mentor to young monks and guide to hundreds of families. He is a globally sought after speaker on mental wellness and spiritual growth. His latest book, The Inner Journey, Penguin Random House, offers practical tools for navigating modern life through timeless Vedic insights. Author of 5 other books, including Mind Your Mind and Cricket in a Monastery. His writings and talks are available on www.yogaformodernage.com and YouTube. He has inspired thousands worldwide. With warmth, clarity and humor, Vraja Bihari Prabhuji makes spiritual wisdom accessible and relevant, empowering individuals to lead peaceful and purposeful lives. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for all this. The new book is already great. So we didn't see that.
Coming next month. It's called Break Free from Overthinking.
So maybe next time when you come, we will have all the. We had all the books other than the new one. But, yeah, next time. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you all. Oh, okay.